Please subscribe and share this video with your friends. Welcome to the Dating Den. I'm Marni Battista from Dating with Dignity, and today is hunky co-host James Swanwick.
Hello, Marni.
Just say my name again.
Hot Marni.
Marni, I love it.
Marni.
Did you know that I was named after this movie called Marni?
Did you?
With Sean Connery.
Really?
Who also has an accent.
Yes.
And so when I first watched this movie in my 30s, I literally rewound it. It was back with VHS, so I'm going, money, money, money with that Irish accent. That's how I manifested Jeremy.
I was named after James Bond.
You were?
No, no.
Well, but wait, I just gave a tip. If you want to manifest a man with an accent, watch this episode over and over again, except, I don't know, maybe we should have an episode where you just say, this is a great product. You just go, hey, Beth. Hey Jane, hey Laura, with an accent, and then they just listen to it over and over again, and you manifest someone like James.
Hey Marni, hey Marni, hey Marni, hey Marni, hey Marni. How's that?
I already got my guy.
Okay.
Anyway, back to you, ladies. We're talking today about how do you get a guy to fall in love with you?
Have sex on the first date.
That's how to get him to fall in love with you right now.
I'm just joking. Don't do that.
No, do not do that. We're going to talk about that, actually.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I think there's a lot of women... They're dating, it's going well, and their guy isn't making the leap. So my first question, actually, we didn't talk about this before, is if a guy is sort of going slow to go, and it's okay, but it's more casual, can you actually do something to flip it into what did you say, hell yeah?
Yeah, hell yeah. Be a little bit more of a challenge, as I would say. Don't always answer his call when he calls. Take a couple of hours to call him back. Don't always be so readily available. Become a little bit of a challenge.
Wait, can we talk about this deeply?
No, we can't.
Go deeply?
No.
All right. You and I talked about this on an interview we did for the Dating with Dignity Summit.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a nuance.
Okay.
Okay. So the reason you're not available is because you're actually not available.
That's right.
It's not because you're
yeah, don't
oh my God, it's James. He can wait.
Don't be screening. Don't be sitting there going, he's going to call. James told me not to answer, so I'm not going to answer. Actually be doing something that you can't answer.
Right, which goes back to the earlier episode about creating a life that you love.
Absolutely, yes.
So if you are a woman who is sitting around waiting for your phone to ring or him to call you back, we really encourage you, don't just play a game. We actually want you to be living this life that you love, and the reason you're not calling him back or you're not available is because you have plans with your girlfriends or you take dance class on Tuesday. Yeah,
a big mistake that women make is that, just say a man asks her out on a date, for example. Maybe you've already been dating, says, hey, you want to do something? She says, oh, you know what, I've already got plans on that night, but I think I can get out of it. Let me just see. That's like bang. Goes attraction level here, drops down to here.
Do not change your plans for a guy. So you know what my kids call it?
What?
Well, if you have plans with your girlfriends, it's chicks before dicks.
Yeah, that way. I'm glad that you're encouraging your daughters to speak that way. Marni, that's good. Mom of the year right here, Marni Battista.
I do keep it real. No, because I think that a lot, not just teenagers do this. I think women do this all the time when they're dating. They blow off their friends for guys.
They do it. In fact, I'm going to, when we wrap here, I'm going to show you a text message of a woman who did it to me just a week ago.
Oh, can't you just read it to us and be anonymous?
Sure, okay.
This is real life from the dating saga of James Swanwick. Okay,
you keep talking while I find it.
Okay, so here's the other thing that we want to talk about. How to get a guy to fall in love with you. It is okay, and we'll talk more about this, but for you to say no to sex. It's even if he bought you a really expensive dinner.
Yeah, don't be having sex just because he bought you a dinner.
But, there's lots of women that write in and they're like, I feel really bad. Or men will say, well, I bought you a really expensive dinner. This is not a guy you want to date.
Here's the right time to have sex with a man for the first time.
Write this down.
It's when you feel like it's the right time. That's it. It's so simple. Now, for some people, it's different, okay? It might be the third date, the fourth date, the fifth date, the sixth date. Third date and beyond is okay. Don't be doing it on the first or the second as a general rule. But really it comes down to when do you feel like you've made that connection? When do you trust him? When do you feel like you're emotionally involved? That is the right time.
And if you're dating with dignity, a litmus to help you figure out if it's the right time is if tomorrow when you wake up, is your dignity intact? Is your self-respect intact? And if he doesn't call you back, are you going to say to yourself, oh, I wish I wouldn't have slept with him?
Yeah, I like that.
There's a no regret factor.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your text message?
I said to this woman who shall remain nameless, I said, hey, would you like to come grab some Thai food with me in West Hollywood around 7:30 p.m. tonight?
Okay.
It was a last minute thing, admittedly, okay? She said, well, hello there. Thanks for the invite. Possibly that sounds fun. I had prior plans. Let me see if I can get out of them. Yeah, that was like, oh no.
So what did you do?
I said, no, she needs to come talk to Marni Battista, your date with dignity.
So what did you do? I'm just curious. Did she change it? Did you go out with her? Did you revoke the invitation?
She actually decided that she couldn't come out, so she didn't change her plans in the end.
But the damage was done.
The damage was already done because I knew that she would under those circumstances.
So if you want to get a guy to fall in love with you, you have to hold yourself as a woman of value.
Yeah, absolutely. The guy wants to know that you have a life and that your happiness is not dependent on him. Even if you think, oh, I'm going to be happier with this man, the man doesn't want to know that you're going out with him to make you happy, okay? He just wants to know that you are your own positive, confident, self-worth woman.
Okay, and then the last piece on this is really in the end, we're talking about how do you make a guy fall in love with you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make a guy do anything.
No, you can't.
So if his words and actions consistently over a period of time do not indicate that he is in love with you, that he wants to commit to you, that he is looking for the same thing that you're looking for, there is nothing she can do.
No,
what's the Hail Mary?
No, there's nothing. There's nothing that she can do.
What's the Hail Mary?
All she can do is just be her own beautiful, wonderful self, and that is it. Because as soon as you start playing games or trying to trick him or doing anything, that's just a recipe for disaster. It might work in the short term, okay, but it's definitely not going to work in the long term. So your Hail Mary, if you like, is really go and live your own beautiful, amazing life. Know your self-worth. Turn down his invitations if you've already got other invitations. Be a challenge. Just be your own confident, beautiful self. And when you do that, the guy will come running. And if he doesn't, you guys just weren't meant for one another. It doesn't make him a bad guy. It doesn't make you like you've done anything wrong. It just means you weren't compatible.
You weren't a match.
Yeah.
And ladies, if you want some actual specific words and scripts and tips to use, you definitely want to go to datingwithdignity.com. In our shop, we have a product called How to Get What You Want from Men, and it'll help women actually formulate the Hail Mary conversation, right? Because it's good to have an open communication that says, are we a match? And he goes, yes, no, and then you peace out. Which leads me to peace out.
Wait, I just want to ask one
Craig,
question.
what?
Isn't there the fear, though, that if a woman is trying to get a guy to love him, that she also could
love her.
Love her. She could overdo it, put on that hardcore press, and that could also be like overdoing it, right?
Overdoing it could lead to the guy going,
yeah, no, totally. You don't want to be.
Woman.
Well, there's this whole. I think it's counterintuitive because a lot of women, especially as women, we're nurturing, we're caregiving. We want to cook you dinner. We want to bring you coffee. And so they're like, oh, well, if I do more, then he'll fall for me. And that's really, like, we call that geisha girl behaviors. That is not a turn on. That is like, cool, she's going to bring me Chinese food and sit next to me while I watch football, and maybe I'll get some sex.
Sometimes I don't like girls when they give me presents as well. I'm like, oh, that's the sign of a desperate woman. Sometimes, depends on the context, but sometimes women will like, they'll bring me presents, like little gifts, and I'm like, you know that book 5 Languages of Love by Gary Chapman?
Yeah.
Gift receiving is definitely not one of my love languages. I don't really like receiving the gifts. I like words of affirmation.
That's very awesome. Right, so do not overgive.
No.
All right, ladies, you know what? We love you, and we're happy that you're here.
I'm a big fan. I don't know your name, but let's say Laura, Jane, Vanessa, Christy, Tina, Marni.
He's so cute. Okay, so ladies, if you want to see more James Swanwick, go to
oneinaamillionman.com.
Because you are. And
I'm not the 1 in a million man. I'm saying I'm teaching the women how to attract their 1 in a million man.
You are
I'm not conceited or arrogant thinking that I'm the 1 in a million man.
No, but he just played the piano. Okay? I'm just saying, I was like, swoon. Okay. 1inaamillionman.com at James Swanwick. How the hell do you spell Swanwick?
JMES. SWANWICK. There's a silent W.
And it's right there, right? Because Swanwick.
Yeah, it's right there. Swanwick is how it's spelled. Swanwick is how it's pronounced.
We're here to help you follow and stalk him. And if you want to stalk me, or your friends want to stalk me, you can find me at #datingwithdignity on Twitter, on Instagram at Marni Battista. I'm really cooking a lot, and you can see pictures of my food.
And her name's Marni.
Marni.
Not Marni.
I love you, ladies. We'll see you soon.
Bye.